And today we are heading to Abuakwa North municipality, where some of the residents are angry about some environmental pollution. Well, it seems like someone has his business around that area, which is affecting the others residents, negatively. But let's check out this report and we will be back to talk about it.
Residents of Savior Church Missions, a new community near the Savior Senior High School in Osiam, say their lives are at risk due to the continuous pollution of the environment by a private individual who is in a Wele processing business. The man, who is operating illegally according to the residents and the Environmental Protection Agency, operates day and night. He burns car tires with the skins of cows to extract Wele. The process produces high-risk dark smoke which mostly covers the entire space, entering homes, dormitories and classrooms of students in the area. Unfortunately, when Citi News team got to the area to pick first-hand details, the man did not operate that day, but remains of his burning activities were visible at the site. Some angry residents shared their frustrations with Citi News.
It's very quite challenging because when he's burning the tires for his car skin burning activities, you can't stand here. The smoke, it is causing many coughing, body itching, and other elements like catarrh, coughing, even cancer.
According to residents, the reluctance of the Wele processor to move from the area even after officials of the Environmental Protection Agency and the Ghana Police Service moved in to stop its operations a month ago has made many land developers and new homeowners to vacate the area, abandoning their projects.
We are so worried to the extent that we can't even sleep. Our children are getting or falling sick, and then we can't even, you can't even stay around. We can't even stay around during the day and then during the night. Majority of the people around here have even moved because of these activities. He's a man that whatever you say, if you are not careful, he will even threaten to kill you. So please, we want authorities to come to our aid.
According to Mr. Felix Aduchere, the Eastern Regional Director of the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, his outfit took steps to get the illegal business relocated when it got to their attention and gave him an outline of relevant documents needed before he could operate again.
A complaint came to us from Savior Church and the school, the nursing training. So as an institution, we took steps. And the first steps we took was to invite the person. We sent our officers to the site. They assessed the situation. Then the report indicated that yes, there was a Wele processing facility there, and the situation as described needs to be addressed. We therefore invited all the stakeholders, the key stakeholders, including the Assembly, the FDA, the Standards Authority, and those related to the church, the complainant, to our office for a meeting, because we wanted to be sure about even the standard of the Wele that goes out and the preparation method. And since FDA and Standard Authority has that mandate, we brought them in. After the discussion, we agreed that the facility must be relocated, one. Then two, all the necessary documentation, approvals must be obtained.
The new area where the Wele processor is operating has a cluster of schools including primary, junior high, senior high, and also the Savior Nursing Training College, all in that space. The activity of the Wele processor, Citi News understands, almost forced over 4,000 students to stage an attack on the business owner. The lecturers, however, got wind of the planned action by the students early and intervened.
In fact, we are so much worried about the activities of this man. Where we find ourselves is Savior Senior High School, Savior Basic, and the Nursing Training College. It's a cluster of schools. About 4,000 students are here because basic school more than 1,000, secondary more than 2,000, and it is very closer to the community where the man does his activities. It is not helping the school at all, none of the schools.
What are the health implications of his activities in the area? Isaac Esrifi Kwachi is a health practitioner at the Savior Memorial Hospital.
We have been receiving or getting patients from this community with bronchitis. And you all know what causes bronchitis. And me personally, my child had to be on oxygen for 4 days because of this man's activities. And a lot of health challenges this man is causing within this community. So we are pleading. We don't want anything untoward to happen to our people.
Attempt by Citi News team to reach the businessman for his side of the story was not successful. But what is the next line of action by the EPA?
I can't say anything what action we are going to take unless we have visited the site, the place, and then assess the situation, whether he's come back or from where he relocated to, which was conducive for his own work and for the school. And then if there's any action that we have to take, we'll go ahead to do that.
Unfortunately, today, the man in question did not operate. Now, behind me, you can see debris of the tires burnt in the process of making this Wele. Now, residents here in Osiem are really worried about the high levels of respiratory diseases they are currently battling with as a result of the activity of the Wele processor here, and are calling on relevant stakeholders to immediately intervene.
All right, so there you have it, a report by our colleague Neil Kanako. Now, this is all kinds of crazy. Environmental pollution.
Yeah.
Now, what I find interesting is that authorities are not shutting down the business, but looking to relocate the business. When you relocate someone that is producing so much toxic smoke, it doesn't stop the air pollution. What is EPA's position on air pollution and how much toxicity in the air is allowed? What we saw, the smoke, the billowing black smoke that we saw, that cannot be something that you can just relocate and continue. I don't understand. I don't understand. What are the EPA, executives? What are they doing? What's happening? What's happening in Ghana? I don't get it. I mean, it's Wele itself has no nutritional value, by the way.
True.
Zero nutritional value.
It's just leather.
It's a useless meat.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Yeah, I don't begrudge anybody who wants to chew empty meat, useless meat, empty nutrition. There's nothing in it, right? You want to do it, you can do it. It's your choice, your preference. But we have to do better in terms of the entire country and in terms of the environment, in terms of, you can't say you're burning meat. That is leather. Literally, it's leather.
It's leather, yeah.
Right? And for people to go and eat. And in doing that, you're going to give people respiratory diseases.
Yeah. Like the man that just said that his kid had to, be on oxygen for 4 days, and some people are getting bronchitis and all that. I think it's really a problem.
Yeah.
Because if people have complained before, I think he could have, found a way to, try and find other solutions.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it seems like also he's adamant. Maybe he's acting like, okay, yeah, I have power more than everybody else, and that's why you can't talk to me. Because that's what it looks like at the end of the day. Because if you tell me you cannot shut down his business, then I'm asking, who is behind it?
Yeah.
Who is behind you?
Why can't his business be shut down?
Exactly.
I don't understand that. I mean, yeah, we need to talk to somebody because this doesn't make any sense, And for you to relocate the business to a place where there's a whole group of schools.
Yeah.
And over 4,000 people are being affected.
There are homes, dormitories, classrooms.
Oh, man. I really don't get this, I often think about how we, excuse me, how we run this country. And in Africa, how we run all of our countries. Somebody is definitely, he's definitely a person of means.
That's what I'm saying.
You see, and as somebody who has influence.
True.
Let's speak to the assemblyman of the area this morning. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Thank you very much.
All right, so kindly help us to understand a bit clearer what this man's operations are like and what efforts have been made to stop the operations from continuing and to stop harming the citizens of the residents of the area.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I think the name is Abdurrahman, Assembly member for Osem Ahimbono in the Abuakwa North municipality. I think regarding to the issue that you are asking, one man who occupation is the leader of the crowd who tend to send his commercial business, he actually bent the leader, which is normally called the Wele, Wele in the community or same Savior community. It's a residential area where I think he started since 2016. That's where he started the business as a commercial cow leather. He needs to send those cow leather at his place. So since 2016, this is a commercial business as they normally do, but it is causing a lot of, pollution to the environment because this is a populated community, about 20,000 people. They have secondary school in the community. We have nursing training in the same community. Looking at the children populated in the area is more than even 5,000. Complaint has been made through the municipal assembly of Abuakwa North. I think the environmental health have been informed. They have visited the site and see it is not healthy for such operation in the community. He was being addressed as to how the operation should be done so that it won't cause any effect to the people in the environment. But several measures have been made. He has been called, as I said earlier, he has been engaged to address health-related issue, whereby he would get the necessary document, the permit, that will permit him to at least do his business without causing any environmental pollution. But several measures, as I said, several measures have been made, but so he resists to, comply with guidance being given to him. If he was involved so that he can also, try to guide him if he needs any assistance, because sometimes when you approach him, it seems like he doesn't understand the reason why he operates his business and we want to eliminate him or we want to just try to stop him. We see him inside, he was being summoned to the office, he was being addressed and engaged as to how he should comply with his business without any side effects to the environment or the people living over there. But all these measures have not yielded any results. So
why he can't be arrested?
Yes, you see, the power lies in the hands of the environmental health officers because we have given them all the necessary, support that they have to report them to the police if they are out in their outfit to do that.
Yeah.
You understand? So we don't know the reason why up to date the environmental health have not, summoned him to use. They can use the police to at least, take him on.
Yeah.
So all measures have been done, and you see, he's trying to do hide and seek all the time when you visit the site. When you when you see that people are coming around, unknown people, they try to vanish, and afterwards they come back again. Sometimes they try to, threaten people that no one should even, come closer to where he does the business. And these are all, dangerous things that have been happening, and it must be taken on.
Right.
So,
okay, Honorable, I just want to ask, does he live around there?
please come again.
Does he live around the location of his business? Does he and his family reside there?
Yeah, okay. Where the business is, we have a building where he take rest, but normally he stays different place apart from where they do the usual business.
Okay, and he's been doing this since 2016.
Yeah, 2016, 2017.
So if he's been doing this since 2016, 2017, that is about 7 years. Is that when the complaint started?
Yeah, you see, okay, let's say, since 2016, the place wasn't developed to a populated, area like that. So
Right.
2016, 2017, it was just, small community. So they were managing, because you see, this is a process where he used car ties
Yes.
to do his processing. And you know the effect of, car ties to this production. So it has a lot of effect to the community, whereby the community complained to us. We have officially visited the site. I think one of your sister stations have came and take documentary over it. It's a whole measure that we have in place to see that these things would stop. But no result yet.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. But do you have elders, chiefs, traditional rulers around the areas? And if you do, what are they doing about it?
yeah,
They seem to have some sort of
political
power. Yeah.
Yeah, this is certain. Like he himself is an elderly person who is part of the cabinet, chief cabinet. You see where sometimes authority want to, prevent this kind of operations.
Right.
He's an elderly person in the chief palace.
Oh, I see.
So yes, my brother, and the challenges we are facing, both political and chieftaincy issue in this case. So when you are trying to stop such operation, it needs a lot of effort. It needs a lot of, agencies that we like you to come inside, because we have tried all possible best that we could, but I think the strength is not enough.
All right. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
Thank you.
And that's Abdul Rahman Abdullahi. He's the assemblyman for Osiem Ahen Bronom electoral area. And I see potentially where the problem is coming from.
Yes. He's a man of power.
He's a man of power and influence in the community.
Yes. So
it's not easy for them at their level
to do anything,
to shut him down.
True.
And to stop him, So, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know something? I was just looking up burning car tires. Toxic chemicals are released when you burn car tires, right? So you're looking at things like polycyclic aromatic carbons, benzene, styrene, phenols, butadiene. These are chemicals that are released in the air. When you burn the tire, it's, you see car tires.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sulfur compounds, all kinds of things that are in there. When you burn, all these are being released into the air, And so even the black smoke alone, which causes, respiratory things, respiratory diseases and all of that. That's one thing. But there's also gases that you don't see that are released when you burn things like benzene, xylene, ethylene, and so on. These are all released in the air when you burn car tires. And so honestly, for the people of authority in the area there not to have dealt with this since what, 2016? Really? And all you're doing is massaging the problem by trying to move him into places where there are not so many people living there. I don't think that's the way we should go. Besides, if you want to process Wele, and if you really have to process Wele, because there's a market for it, there are other ways of burning. There's charcoal.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's I don't understand.
There's firewood.
Why car tires? You know, we've been joined on the line by a health worker from the Xavier Memorial Hospital in Abuakwa North, Isaac Esrifi Kwache. Isaac, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Thank you.
Isaac, give us a sense of the challenges that you've experienced that can directly be attributed to the activities of this man in terms of people's respiratory issues coming to the hospital.
Okay, thank you very much. And my greetings to your cherished viewers and listeners. This month's activity has caused a lot of health problems. As a health practitioner in Xavier Hospital, we've been receiving a lot of patients who are having respiratory conditions from the community. And myself, I also live in that community. And my wards have also been affected directly. And we have a lot of asthmatic patients in that community. And then there is this Xavier Senior High School around. So all the time, you see the students carrying their colleagues there with severe respiratory conditions and asthmatic attacks.
I see.
So this month's activity is causing a lot of problems.
Okay, let me ask you, how long have you lived in the community?
I moved there in January 2017.
Okay, so, and at the time you got there, he had already begun?
No, he even used to pass behind my building to go there. And let me say this, he started on a small scale business. So it wasn't causing too much problem. But it got to a time when we started it in a very large scale. That is where we started feeling the heat.
I see. All right, so as far as you know, from the hospital level, what sort of complaints have been made to authorities to try and get the situation dealt with?
The hospital is not located in that area. Despite the fact that we have been receiving a lot of patients with respiratory conditions from that area. So the hospital has no direct issue with the man.
You
understand? Yes.
But are you not escalating the fact that you're getting a lot of respiratory challenges up to, let's say, the Ghana Health Service, who can then take action? Because if there's a causative, agent that is causing citizens of Ghana to have diseases that they shouldn't, then I think this needs to come to the attention of your overarching body, which will be the Ghana Health Service, and then they can then take action, with the EPA. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to drive at.
Yes, I understand you, but I didn't start on that tangent. I had to directly officially report to EPA. That was April 2022. So EPA invited us, the community members and the man himself, for a meeting, of which the man didn't honor the meeting. So a decision was made. And then those who were present in the meeting were Ghana Standard Authority Regional, Authority Regional, and then Abuakwa North Municipal Environmental Health Officer. Yes. So a decision was made that this man, they're giving him 2 weeks to stop his activities. But after the 2 weeks, being exhausted, this man never stopped. So I had to report to EPA on several occasions. And I must say this, some of the EPA officers were called in to stop the man, and I'm telling you that this man tried even assaulting one of them. Yes. So EPA finally gave him a letter to evacuate or stop his activities. But this man never stopped. So I took the letter to the Abuakwa North crime officer. So the crime officer came in and stopped him, of which he moved far away. So we were not having that challenge again.
Okay, when was this?
That was last year.
Okay.
Yes. And about 5 months ago, this man has moved back again.
Okay.
And then I had to report him again to the police because EPA committed some acts. And I know it's the police that is supposed to enforce the law. That is why I didn't report back to EPA when he moved back. So I had to go back to the police. And then the municipal environmental health officer. And boss, I must tell you this. We are all citizens of this country. And everybody is to contribute his or her quota to develop this nation.
Yeah.
If you are a municipal environmental health officer, you were in the meeting when EPA took a decision that this man should be stopped.
Yes.
I came to your office. You told me you were going to come to our place and stop him. I waited about a month. I called you 4 days ago, and I was very sad. The way this woman gave it to me, that we have lived with the man since 2017.
Yeah.
We were not able to stop him. So she's not the one to stop her. And then she cannot leave her work and come there. She's having a special work to do, so she can. I was very sad. I was on the phone listening to her. So when she was done, I said sorry. Then she hung up.
So she's saying, in effect, that the issue that is happening in the area is not part of her work. It's not part of her duties.
In a way, that's what she's trying to say.
Yeah, I see. And this is the health. This is the environmental officer.
Health, yes. Municipal environmental health officer.
Municipal environmental officer. Which municipality are we talking about?
Abuakwa North.
Abuakwa North.
Abuakwa North.
Abuakwa North Municipal Environmental Health Officer. I see. Okay.
Well, can I check this? Can I check this one in?
Yes.
Yes.
The man happens to be a sub chief. CMD.
Yes, we heard that. We heard about that. Yeah.
So whenever he is passing, he'll be insinuating that nobody can stop him because the Osim land belongs to them.
I see.
Not even the military. Yes, not even the military.
Okay.
And he'll be threatening people around.
Okay. So the chieftaincy, the paramountcy. Do you have any idea where the paramountcy is?
I think Achihine.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Achihine.
Okay. All right.
All right.
No, everybody has a master, so we just have to address it at the right quarters, and it will be dealt with. And we won't let this go because it's unacceptable. Isaac, thank you for speaking to us.
But Isaac, sorry,
yes.
Before you go, obviously it's been hard to clamp this man down and stop his operations because they feel like they own the land. But in your professional opinion, what steps can be taken to mitigate the health risks posed by this pollution?
Thank you very much. I'll have to report to this municipal health office, and then we see the way forward.
But this is a case where the health officer herself is telling you that it's not her job.
Yes, I'm talking about the municipal health office, not the environmental.
Under GHS, under Ghana Health Service. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
and
but
we are going to give them the number of patients we've had as far as this situation is concerned. We are going to give them all the statistics.
Okay.
And see the way forward.
But is there a way that people can at least be protecting themselves? Is there any sort of activities they can, try, maybe detox, maybe close your nose, something? Is there something that can help at least?
I must say this. We are helpless now. The people in the community, we are very helpless now. And it looks as if everybody is afraid to approach the man. That is the situation. Yes. Do you know some people came to me that I shouldn't pursue this kind of thing because it's very dangerous and I can lose my life along the line. Some of the people in the community, they tend to come to me and say this.
All right.
But I know I'm pursuing the right course. Yes.
All right.
Isaac,
Thank you very
thank
much
you
for
so
speaking
much.
to us.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
All right. So Isaac is he's a health worker with the Xavier Memorial Hospital in Abuakwa North, and I want to make a personal appeal to the Environmental Protection Agency boss in Ghana. This is something that is happening under your jurisdiction. It's an environmental issue. It's happening in one of your regional bases, and we need to deal with this. I also want to make a personal appeal to His Esteemed Royal Highness the Ochihene. One of your subjects, it seems, because apparently he's a sub-chief in your jurisdiction, is causing a lot of harm to other subjects and claims that he's untouchable. At least from the reports that we're hearing, he claims he's untouchable and he can do whatever he likes. Ochihene, we know that you are a man of principle and a man of fairness. This man has to be dealt with. We've seen a lot of issues happen. I know that when the Galamsey issues were happening in your communities, you were very upset about it. This is one of the things that is also happening in your community. And I feel that making a personal appeal to you from where I sit will help, because the people are helpless. Isaac Kwache shouldn't be threatened for protecting citizens of Wachiman. But that's what's happening. People are telling him to back down because the mine is dangerous and that he, Isaac, could lose his life. That's not right.
All right, so we have the EPA boss of the Eastern Region, Mr. Felix Ado Ochire, joining us right now. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Good morning, and you're welcome to the show.
Good morning.
I'm sure you are following the story, of this whole Wele processing business and how it's affecting the people around the area. First of all, can you explain the environmental regulations and standards that apply to businesses like this?
Well, thank you very much. And let me take this opportunity to greet your esteemed listeners all over Ghana. We have regulations, we have standards. Now, EPA regulations, environmental assessment regulations, LI 1662. Section 1 indicates that no person or persons can commence any business or undertaking in Ghana without prior approval from Environmental Protection Agency. I'm just paraphrasing it. So, in the business that one wants to undertake in Ghana, you need to register with EPA, and we also have to do our assessment and our proof of the work. So that is the standard that we have. I mean, that every business must be registered with EPA.
All right, so has the Wele processing business been compliant to these environmental regulations? And if not, what action does EPA take when there are such issues like this, when they are not compliant?
Well, the Wele business came to our attention somewhere in February last year. But we never knew that there was a business inside that area. until 2022. Somewhere February, there was a complaint in our office. Immediately, we took steps to find out what it is. We went there, and we realized that, yes, the business is going on. It's not a large scale or even medium scale type, but it's a small scale business, or even if you put it minor. However, we look at the impact. So our scale are rated according to the impact. So the impact was not that good. It has a medium scale type of impact because of the pollution and the use of car tires, and then the kind of stench. So immediately we arranged a meeting with the complainants and the other relevant stakeholders, including the professor. Unfortunately, at the meeting, the man, Mr. Pache, could not turn up without any apparent reason. But at least we met with FDA. There was FDA rep, the Assembly, Ghana Standards, and then the complainant. We had discussions. Then later we contacted, we realized that he has no documentation, even from the district assembly and from anywhere. We contacted him and we asked him to stop his activities. We wrote officially to him, asking him to suspend whatever activities he's doing over there and desist and never try to even use the cutter. So we did. He wasn't compliant. So the steps, well, once we have enforced it, the next step we have to take is to shut him down. So we closed him down from that place. Then later he came, said he has moved away from where he's been working, which is closer to some settlements and even the Xavier nursing training school. So that activity, he moved further. We found out from the community and we realized that, well, it's a business. So you cannot completely take away the business from him. So what we do is that we ask him to put in place mitigation measures. Although he has moved further, there's a need for him to put mitigation measures because the pollution will definitely come. So we requested that he has to install a chimney, a 15 feet chimney, such that the smoke will not be affecting the people around. Then we also requested that he needs to get some training. We realize that he has no training in doing the business, although he's done it for a very long time. We are hearing that it was 2016, 2017, but from the information gathered, he's been doing it long ago, and nobody has reported. So we gave him the mitigation measures to take, and then also seek for proper documentation to cover the work, as I quoted from the LI 1652/1999. But he stopped finally. In fact, for about 3 months, he was not working. We were visiting, and he was not working. And he did not comply with the directives anyway, but he was not working. So we thought that everything was okay. Until recently, your reporter, Citi TV reporter, came to our office complaining. So until then, we thought that we have taken action and everything is under control.
Let me ask, we understand he's a sub-chief within his community. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Is that part of a challenge in terms of dealing with him?
Well, as far as the agency is concerned, we deal with the law.
Okay.
So if you are sub-chief, if you are a chief, and the law gets you, there's nothing we can do. So we were not looking at the fact that he's a subject.
Okay, so why hasn't he been arrested?
The agency hasn't got the power to arrest.
So have you reported to the police?
So, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
The agency hasn't got the power to arrest. The enforcement notice we gave,
Yeah.
we copied the assembly, we copied the police commander,
Okay.
we copied the environmental health officer which is in the assembly. We copied the FDA.
Okay.
We copied all those who matter in this business. So police have been told. And I think I heard when I was monitoring the news,
Yeah.
Mr. Citi mentioned that he has even reported when it came for the second time.
Yes.
He decided not to come to UP, but to go to the police.
Yes. Yes.
So it is the responsibility of the police to arrest those who are doing causing the offense. We have done our part.
Okay.
And although we need to see to it that the pollution or the problem is completely eliminated.
Okay.
That is why I said when he stopped working, we thought that everything was okay.
Okay.
So if he started, because according to him, he said he came back. We were expecting the community to report back to EPA.
Yeah.
That's all. The action you took, the man has
returned.
And has come back.
Okay.
So that we will know the next line of action to take.
Okay. Let me ask you something a little more technical in your area. Is in terms of the things like industrial chimneys, right? What's the regulation as far as the use of things like industrial chimneys to project the smoke at a higher level, as far as your community is concerned, and then also the issue of burning, using tires to burn, because of course tires will give you a lot more pollutants than let's say charcoal.
Yeah, I think I indicated earlier that the enforcement directive given to him,
yes,
we requested that he should not use tires in working.
Okay.
Because we know the danger or the dangers in using tires.
Yeah.
I mean, you've mentioned a lot over here, and I was really admiring that level of education you are given. So we know it, and we said no, we can never allow that. These days, we are working hard on even those slaughterhouses who have been using car ties in addressing or burning, the wood, the sheep and the cow.
Yeah.
Because we think that we are killing ourselves. We are killing ourselves. Nobody. We talk about a lot of diseases all over. We don't even know the cause. But these are some of the causes.
Okay.
So we are not in any way supporting that.
Okay.
But coming back to your question, if the car tires are not being used and charcoal or wood are being used, it's a normal smoke that we are experiencing, except that it is not good for human beings to inhale those ones. That is why we were advising that if we could get this industrial chimney high enough to get those smoke away from human existence.
Yeah.
So that was the reason. I mean, we have chimneys all over in industries.
Yes.
Right.
The manufacturing sectors, they have them.
Yes.
And I mean, in order to direct the smoke into the atmosphere or whatever it is, rather than human beings inhaling them.
Yeah.
Right.
So there is no problem with that.
Right.
And we wanted his activity also to be confined.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's scattered. I mean, he burns here, he burns there, and that kind of thing. So if he will continue to do that, then he must conform to the rules and the regulations in doing this business.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's why we also requested that he needs to get training.
Yeah.
Because he has been doing it over time. However, he needs training because, I mean, the system is dynamic. You cannot continue to stay where you are forever. So as part of the directives we give, we said he should find a place to be trained. That one we cannot do it. But he must be trained. so that he can do things professionally.
Yeah.
Because this is food that we are all consuming.
Yeah.
I'm sure when you buy wache, you also consume your meat.
Yeah.
And you don't know where it's coming from, whether from Osiem or from.
I've stopped eating Wele a long time ago. I've told myself that this one, there's no nutrition inside, so I've stopped. Anyway.
So
yes.
we need to do something. That is why when we organized the meeting, we brought in the relevant stakeholders. FDA was supposed to be there, and they were there. And the standard boards were also there. And the assembly.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes I find it funny when the assembly says that they cannot take certain action. Because the act, the Local Government Act, says that the assembly is the highest legislative and executive authority within the municipality or the district. And the assembly they lead in the planning scheme.
Yes.
So sometimes I find it a bit worrying when the assembly says they cannot. Assembly has every right to demolish. But EP hasn't got that right.
Okay.
We can only make recommendations.
All right. Thank you. Thank
But
you
the
very
assembly
much.
has that authority to work in that direction.
Yeah. We appreciate
It is assembly is the custodian, according to the act.
Yes.
Assembly is the custodian of the local environment.
Yeah.
So if
Absolutely.
anything is going wrong in the environment, assembly has every right to act.
Yeah. Thank
That
you
is why we don't do anything without the involvement of
of
the
the
assembly.
assembly. Yeah.
When we issue permits, we give a copy to the assembly for them to know the permit conditions that have been given out, so that they can also support in ensuring compliance.
Yeah. Thank you
Thank you so
very
much.
much. We appreciate your time this morning. So we've been speaking with Felix Addo Ochere. He's the director of the Environmental Protection Agency in Eastern Region, and made some pretty good points there.
Yeah.
So the sense I'm getting is that the structure, as it were, in the regional structure, right? So you have the EPA, but the EPA works with the assembly. The assembly is the overarching custodian of the entire district or municipality or whatever the size of the area is. So EPA doesn't have prosecutorial powers. It doesn't have arrest powers.
But the assemblyman...
the assembly does.
Yeah, but the assemblyman, when we spoke to him earlier, said the EPA had to arrest.
No, but then he was wrong, because
That's the
EPA
thing.
doesn't do
So
arrests.
probably he doesn't even know.
He doesn't even know. But there's a DC. And in the case of municipality, there's an MC.
Yeah.
Do you see? And then there's the police and the police commander of the area, who, once the EPA brings you a complaint, you need to act. And so, Eastern Regional Police Commander, what's going on in your jurisdiction? This man seems to be running riot, feeling free, using his position as a chief or a sub-chief within the area. It's not acceptable. We can't allow people to just run riot and do whatever they like, just because they have some small power.
True.
Yeah, that's not the Ghana we are trying to build. Everybody has to abide by the same rules and the same laws that we've created for ourselves.
Yeah. And also, I'm actually very glad that we got to talk about this, because while you buy your wache and then you eat your wele, just know that there are people out there that are probably dying from what you are consuming, or the process of what you are consuming has to go through.
In order to get you the wele,
somebody
has died from bronchitis.
And I'm thinking about it, there are like the whole area, there will be pregnant women. Yeah. They're growing kids.
And their babies in the womb will have illnesses before they even come out. Yes. No, wait, that's what happens.
And
car tires.
Even
look, it's the most horrible.
An hour ago, we were just talking about, the price of dialysis.
Yeah. Healthcare is expensive. And so we can't also allow people to make it even more expensive by misbehaving because you have small power. It's that I can do what I want. The land is ours.
It's ours.
No, you see, the fact that the land is yours doesn't mean you should be a moron and misbehave. Excuse me.
Yeah.
That's not Ghana that we are trying to run and live in peacefully and properly. No. No.
And I pray this...
So, I mean, I'm calling on the Ghana Police,
True.
Eastern Region. I'm calling on His Esteemed Royal Highness, the Ochihini, and all those who, and I'm actually mentioning Ochihini's because the man claims he's a chief in that area. And because of his chieftaincy position, he can't be touched. Somebody's going to touch you.
Yeah, somebody's going to touch you.
Yeah.
And I'm actually very glad that we got to talk about this. And that's why I love this segment, for us to know, things happening within our communities. Because as we sit here in Accra enjoying and watching Citi TV and listening to 97.3 Citi FM, we don't know what is going on out there. But this is what Breakfast Daily does. Brings out all the problems that we have in the communities that we're not even thinking